Hi, it's me, Vicky Marie, and what I'm going to do in this video, first of all, I want to like everyone. I want to thank everyone for watching, liking, subscribing. My channel is growing. Thank you so much. I appreciate every view, every like, every thumbs up or thumbs down. And a special thank you to those of you who've become members. Our members' lives are every Thursday evening. And even if you can't catch the live, you can then, if you're a member, you can catch up on it because the video will stay there in the members section. Also, thank you to people. Lots of people have bought me Ko-fis or sent supers, etc. I really appreciate any support that you give to my channel. So thank you so much. Okay, so let me get rid of that now that I've said my thank yous. Now, the other thing I want to show you before we start is because in this interview, what I'm going to be doing is looking at two interviews that maybe you haven't seen or maybe have seen. One of, this is the Madeline Soto case. So Madeleine Soto disappeared the day after her 13th birthday and unfortunately was found unalived a couple of days later in some woodland. So her stepfather, Stephan Sterns, has been arrested, but he has not been charged for Madeleine's murder. He has been charged for possessing graphic images on his phone, which are thought to be of Madeleine from when she was only 11 years old. And this twonk, he accidentally factory reset his phone, thinking, no doubt, that then the police wouldn't be able to access these awful graphic photos. But they did. So that's what they're holding him on. That's what he's been charged for. And he has not yet been charged for Madeleine's murder. But it's coming. It's coming. The other strange thing is the mother's role in everything. You know, so Madeleine's mother, Jennifer, has given many conflicting statements about what happened that morning, whether Madeleine went to school, didn't go to school, when she last spoke to Madeleine, who took her to school, you know, and we know now that she never went to school. You know, the Stephan Sterns, the stepfather, was seen with her in the car and on CCTV when she was thought to already be dead, when he was obviously taking her to the dump site. And he also got rid of some of her personal possessions, etc. But still, Madeleine's mother has not been charged with anything either. So the police apparently are trying to get all their ducks in the row. One of my chatters actually phoned the police station in Kissimmee and was engaged in conversation. Oh, is Riley, come to say hello. We did get engaged in conversation with the policeman there who just more or less said that they were just, you know, that it was an investigation in process and they were getting their ducks in a row. Okay, Riley, goodness me. Okay, come on, no, you've got to get down. I'm doing a video. Go on. Anyway, so that's where we are at the moment. No charges actually been laid yet for Madeleine's murder. Madeleine has had her service. She has been cremated. So I take it that the police must have autopsy results, or, you know, what they do these days, as I've been saying, is they don't need to keep the body because they do the toxicology results, whatever scans they have to do. Maybe it was, you know, they'll know by now what the cause of death was. Madeleine was found quite quickly after she died. So, you know, within a couple of days, so they will have been able, I would imagine, to establish how she died. And that's where we are. No charges yet, but they're coming. The question really is, who's going to be charged for murder? Is the mother going to be involved? So what we're going to look at today in this video is we're going to look at two interviews. One interview by the mother, but in Spanish, when she was interviewed on a Spanish news channel, which I'm going to translate into English. And also the interview by the grandma, by Madeleine's grandma, also in Spanish, which I'm going to translate into English. And for those of you who are maybe new on my channel and don't know, that is my other job, my other life. I am a Spanish teacher. I've been teaching Spanish for over 20 years. I've written books on learning Spanish. And I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping and show you those, because maybe some of you want to learn Spanish. These are my books that are available on any Amazon site, and these books specialize in teaching Spanish to people who are English speakers. So I've taught people of all nationalities, not only British people, but what they all have in common is they do know English. So I've taught Scandinavian people, Dutch people, Russian people, Ukrainian people. As long as they can speak English, they can learn Spanish with me, because the explanations in these books are in English. The answers are in the back. And also I have another YouTube channel where I talk about, where all these are backed up by YouTube videos to listen to, practice pronunciation, vocabulary. There's all sorts of videos on there. So I have 5 levels. So whether you're a beginner, you start with Break the Language Barrier level 1. Or if you know a bit more about, maybe you just, if you've learned some Spanish already, you know about how the present tense works in Spanish. Level 2 would be the book for you. Level 3 goes into future. And all of them have translations, conversation practice, vocabulary. You know, there's a mixture, and they gradually build. You will gradually build up. And there are 5 levels. I don't know why the level 4 is not on there, but there is a level 4. And they go up in levels. Level 5 is the most recent book that I've released, and this is really to practice everything that you've learned. Level 5 is for people who've got quite a good level of Spanish and just need to keep practicing it. I also have these bilingual sort of little storybooks, dual language storybooks, Rocky the Rebel and Duque el Rey, Peter el Tonto, and they're just really a story in English and Spanish, just so you can compare them directly. And this, of course, is my actual dog when he was a puppy, Rocky el Rebelde. These dogs, anyway. There is another one as well, Princess Tia, the German Shepherd. There is I don't know why that hasn't come up on here, but yeah, so those are my Spanish books. So just to let you know, if you do want to learn Spanish, if maybe watching these interviews gives you an incentive to learn Spanish. Spanish is a very important language, especially in America now. It's spoken, as you can see, you know, it's the fastest growing language in America, and it's spoken all over the world, even in places you wouldn't expect, like the Philippines. You know, not just in Spain, not just in South America. It's spoken in Argentina. It's, you know, lots of different countries. And I found recently when I went to Portugal, I could get by in Spanish, even though I don't speak Portuguese. A lot of Portuguese people know Spanish. So, and that really helped me out while I was there. So Spanish is a good language to learn. Now, the other thing I just want to show you while I'm on Amazon. So these books are available on any Amazon site. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you will be able to buy have these books delivered to you, even in Saudi Arabia, Australia, Canada, America. They're available on your local Amazon site. This is the Amazon.es site I've got up here, the Spanish site, but you can find them on any site. And just one more thing I want to tell you about. For any of you who are interested how I came to live in Spain and become a Spanish teacher, to know a little bit more about me, about my life, about why I became interested in true crime, this is the book. So, Confessions of a Spanish Teacher. which is my story, if you like, my story up to now, or part of it anyway. And this is available on Kindle, and also it's available by paperback. Confessions of a Spanish Teacher, Vicky Riley, Vicky with an I. And that is another book that's available on Amazon, and that tells you something about me if you want to know anything about me. And this book actually is also on my YouTube channel, on a playlist, me reading it out as well. So if you prefer Audible, you can listen to it on my YouTube channel as well. Or if you prefer to read it or Kindle it, you can order it again on any Amazon site. So I just wanted to tell you about that, about the books, especially the Spanish books, because you're probably thinking, well, how can you sort of translate these interviews? What gives you the authority, if you like, or what gives you the right's not the right word, is it? But why should we listen to your translation? And that's why, because I am fluent in Spanish and I've been teaching Spanish for many years, over 20 years. It's quite scary, really, how many years I've been teaching Spanish. And I still teach Spanish, so I do Zoom classes. If you're actually interested in classes, you can always drop me an email at Vicky Marie Chats. That's Vicky with an I, and Vicky Marie Chats at gmail.com. And if I can send you details of the Zoom classes that I do for learning Spanish, and if you take a course of Zoom classes, the books are free, the textbooks are free, included in the price. Okay, there's my housekeeping over the way. Hope you're still out of the way. Hope you're still with me. Let's have a look now at these interviews. So we're going to look first at the interview that Madeleine's mother made on the Spanish, on Telemundo, which is a Spanish TV channel in Florida, I believe. So let me just share that so that we can see it. Now, the title of this video, Madre de Madeleine Soto sospecha que alguien se llevó a su hija desaparecida in Florida. So that means Madeleine Soto's mother suspects that someone has taken her daughter who has disappeared in Florida. So let's have a look and a listen.
Orange, ¿dónde está Madeleine Soto, esta joven hispana de 3?
So, Condado Orange, that she just said, that's Orange County, that's where this has happened. So that what she's saying here is tonight we're starting in Orange County, where is more than
13 años, que lleva ya más de 30 horas desaparecida. A esta hora de la noche, las autoridades de la oficina del alguacil del condado Orange la siguen buscando.
Bueno, también la...
So they're just saying it's about a young girl of 13 who disappeared, and the authorities of the alguacil office
busca desesperadamente su familia. La investigación se ha centrado en los alrededores de...
are looking for her. So they're basically just saying that she's gone missing so far, and also her family are looking for her desperately. So the authorities and her family are looking for her desperately.
La escuela intermedia Hunters Creek, donde fue vista por última vez. David.
So the investigation is centered around about the school, the high school, intermediate school, Hunters Creek, where she was last seen. Don't forget. So this interview was done just before Madeleine went, just after Madeleine went missing, but before Stephan Sterns was arrested. This interview was in the middle.
Palomino habla con la madre y también con familiares de la menor. David, cuéntanos qué te dicen y además qué creen que pudo haber pasado.
So he's saying what could have happened. You know, we've been talking to the mother and some of the family members. What could they? Then they introduce the TV reporter and say, "Tell us what's happened so far."
Gracias, buenas noches. La madre dice que
Yeah. David, tell us what they say, what the family say, and also what do they believe could have happened.
tiene el presentimiento que alguien se llevó a su hija. Ustedes ven a esta hora, las autoridades han acordonado.
So he says, the mother said that in her opinion, someone has taken her daughter.
Parte del complejo de apartamentos ubicado acá en el área de Hunters Creek, mientras continúa esta investigación para dar con el paradero de la menor. Madeline Soto es una joven de 13 años de edad que fue vista por última vez en la mañana del lunes 26 de febrero.
En la mañana la llevó mi novio
Yeah, so they're just saying, describing Madeleine. Now we're going to hear the mother speaking.
para la escuela, la dejó al lado
Now let's see what she says.
de la iglesia que queda ahí al lado de
Yeah, so she says, Monday the 26th of February in the morning, my boyfriend took her to school. So, you know, we've heard this conflicting several times. She said she took her, she said they both took her. And here in this interview to the Spanish, I think, you know, she'd just forget who she said what to. I think, personally, he has told her that he's took her to school. I think. But we'll see. So that's what she's saying here. My boyfriend took her to school. La llevo mi novio para la escuela.
de el middle school.
Middle school. And then she goes on to say, la dejo al lado de la iglesia. So he left her by the church that is there at the side of, let's see.
La dejaron ahí y que ella se puso a caminar y él
Yeah, he left her there, so he took her to the church that's there at the side of the middle school, and he left her there, and she just started off walking. Se puso a caminar, started off walking, according to her.
manejó y se fue.
Las autoridades de la oficina del alguacil del condado Orange la han estado buscando en una zona boscosa cerca a la escuela intermedia.
So he's just going on now to say that they're looking for her in the woodland, which of course is where they found her, wasn't it? They found her in the woodland. But the way the mother goes, and off she went. You know, he dropped her off. Let's just watch her body language again for that. I really can't make my mind up about this mother. Let's go back.
De la iglesia que queda ahí al lado de el middle school.
So he dropped her off at the church at the side of the middle school. And look at the way she's looking. She's really having to think about it.
La dejaron ahí y que ella se puso a caminar y él
La dejaron allí. Now, when she says dejaron, that is actually they left her there. They left her there. Dejaron is not he left her there. It's they left her there. So I'm not sure why she's saying they. La dejaron allí. They left her there. And she started walking. Ella se puso a caminar. Why is she saying they left her there?
manejó y se fue.
Las autoridades de la oficina del alguacil del condado Orange la han estado buscando en una zona boscosa cerca a la escuela intermedia Hunters Creek.
Llevaron perros.
So she's saying llevaron perros. In other words, they've taken dogs out. So she's using they again there very clearly. But this time she's talking about the police, I suppose.
A ver si cogen el olor de ella por ahí. Creo que ahorita están investigando.
Yeah, so let's go back to that bit because they're. So, un Fern Creek llevaron perros a ver si cogen el olor de ella por allí. So they took dogs to see if they could catch, her scent over there. So I take it she's talking about the police there.
Están investigando los videos que quedan por la
So then she says, creo que ahorita están investigando. So that means I believe that right now they are investigating. And then she's going on now to talk about these weird these CCTV videos.
calle. Hay un video de una iglesia que queda al lado de la escuela donde creen que ven mi hija.
So, hay un video de una iglesia que queda. So she said they're investigating the street videos, the CCTV. Hay un video de una iglesia que queda.
La menor viste una camisa deportiva de color verde, pantalones cortos de color negro y unas...
It's all out of sync with when she was talking, then it goes on to something else. But anyway, she said they're looking at some video of a church where they thought that my daughter was seen. And then he goes on to talk about what she was wearing. She was wearing a sports t-shirt, green sports t-shirt, short trousers or shorts.
Crocs blancas. Según
White
sus familiares,
Crocs.
ese día olvidó su teléfono celular.
So yeah, black shorts, white Crocs, according to her family. This is what she was wearing. Oh, bless her.
En casa.
¿Qué te dice ese instinto de madre?
Now, she's going to go on now and say that she left her telephone at home.
Que alguien se me llevó mi hija. En mi corazón, alguien se me llevó mi hija.
Yeah, so he asked her, according to your mother's instinct, what do you think has happened to her? That somebody took her? That's what he asked her. And she says, my daughter, in my heart, I think someone took her. In my heart, I think someone took her. Mi hija, en mi corazón.
Porque no es normal que ella se va así como así.
Yeah, she's
To
saying,
run away.
someone has taken my daughter. Alguien se me llevó mi hija. Someone has taken my daughter away from me. Porque no es normal que ella se va así como así. It's not normal for her to do this or to go away like this, to run away. So that's what she's saying. So in her heart, somebody's taken her.
Ella no es ese tipo de persona.
Familiares
She's
afirman
not that sort of person. She's not that sort of person.
que en el hogar no hubo ninguna discusión ni motivos para que la joven se fuera.
Now, he goes on to say the familiares afirman que en el hogar no hubo ninguna problema. So he's going to go on to say that the family members have said that there was no problem at home. Oh, look, that's him there, is it? That's Stephan Sterns. That's the mother there, isn't it, with Stephan? Oh, let's go back.
El hogar no hubo ninguna discusión ni motivos para que la joven
So, no arguments in the house, no reason why she would have left, according to the family members.
se fuera de la casa.
Por favor, que me la regresen, que esté sana, que esté bien.
So he must have asked her, have you got anything to say? And she just said, please bring her back to me. Look at her face. Bring her back to me. Que me la regresen. Please bring her back to me.
Solo quiero que la regresen.
Las autoridades piden
I just want her to come back, that she'll be okay, she'll be healthy, that she's okay. I just want her. Solo la quiero.
la ayuda de la comunidad, cualquier persona con
I just want her to be healthy, that she's okay. I just want the authorities to bring her back to me. Yeah. Que esté bien, solo la quiero, solo quiero que la regresen las autoridades. So that's what she said. She just wants her to be healthy. She just wants her to be okay. She just wants the authorities to bring her back to her.
Información sobre el paradero de Madeline Soto, se le pide que se comunique con la línea 911 o con la oficina del alguacil del condado Orange. En Hunters Creek, David.
Yeah, they're just giving the details there. Ring 911 if you know anything. Well, of course, we know now that Madeleine, of course, was found deceased. But I would just want to go back and have a look at Stephan again with the family. Let's watch it from the beginning. We'll watch it from the beginning without me saying anything else, so you can have a look. I know you can't understand Spanish, maybe, but you can have a look at her body language.
Madeline Soto, esta joven hispana de 13 años que lleva ya más de 30 horas desaparecida. A esta hora de la noche, las autoridades de la oficina del alguacil del condado Orange las...
So this was 30 hours after she'd gone missing. This video was made.
siguen buscando.
Bueno, también la busca desesperadamente su familia. La investigación se ha centrado en los alrededores de la escuela intermedia Hunters Creek, donde fue vista por última vez. David Palomino habla con la madre y también con familiares de la menor. David, cuéntanos qué te dicen y además qué creen que pudo haber pasado.
Gracias, buenas noches. La madre dice que tiene el presentimiento que alguien se llevó a su hija. Ustedes ven a esta hora, las autoridades han acordonado.
Yeah, so he did say that, don't they, that tiene presentimiento que alguien se llevó a su hija. She has a feeling, presentimiento, that she feels that somebody took her daughter away. Keep showing the picture of him. Where's the picture of him? Anyway.
Parte del complejo de apartamentos ubicado acá en el área de Hunters Creek, mientras continúa esta investigación para dar con el paradero de la menor. Madeline Soto es una joven de 13 años de edad que fue vista por última vez en la mañana del lunes 26 de febrero.
En la mañana la llevó mi novio para la escuela, la dejó al lado de la iglesia que queda ahí al lado de el...
Clearly, she says there, her boyfriend took her to school. La llevó mi novio para la escuela. Yeah, my boyfriend took her to school, as clear as day.
middle school. La dejaron ahí y que ella se puso a caminar y él...
Yeah, took her to the church near the middle school. La dejaron allí. Now, she does say they left her. Let me just listen to that. Is that come up wrong maybe on the... Let's have a listen.
Ahí y que ella se puso a caminar y él manejó. La dejaron ahí y que ella...
Yeah, she definitely says it. It's not come up wrong on the subtitles. She says la dejaron allí. That is, they left her there. Why is she saying they? Because here clearly she says la dejó. That's he left her. Al lado de la iglesia, at the side of the church. He left her at the side of the church. She says clearly there. Dejó is he left her. But here where she says la dejaron, that is they left her. So I'm not quite sure why she's so conflicting everything she says. I mean, was it we? Was it he? Was it they? Come on, you know, how many ways around have you got to say this?
Ya se puso a caminar y él manejó y se fue.
Las autoridades de la oficina del alguacil del condado Orange la han estado buscando en una zona boscosa cerca a la escuela intermedia Hunters Creek.
Llevaron perros a ver si cogen el olor de ella por ahí. Creo que ahorita están investigando.
See how she can't think what she's got to say. That happens, doesn't it, when you're lying, because you've got to think about what you've said before. So she's just saying, you know, yeah, they took the dogs to see if they could pick up the scent. I think they're investigating the videos that are around.
Los videos que quedan por la calle. Hay un video de una iglesia que queda al lado de la escuela donde creen.
Yeah, so this video at the church that she's talked about, there's a video of a church near to the school.
En que ven mi hija.
La menor viste una camisa deportiva de color verde, pantalones cortos de color negro y unas Crocs blancas. Según sus familiares, ese día olvidó su teléfono celular en casa.
¿Qué te dice sí?
So on this day, she forgot her telephone and left it at home. Well, you know, that just doesn't happen. 13-year-olds don't forget their phone and leave it at home. That's what happened in the Tia Sharp case, wasn't it? Stuart Hazel said she left her phone at home because he told her to leave it there to charge. Young kids, they of course they don't do that. They don't forget their phone. That's it's like an extension of their body, isn't it? It's like part of them. They don't leave it at home. So look at her face. You know, she does look. Thing is, is she just scared, or is she genuinely concerned? She does not cry, but she looks pained. But let's just listen to that again. I just want to listen to what she says there. So there's a video at the from the church at the side of the school where they think that my daughter can be found. Well, she knows, or well, maybe she doesn't know, but of course that turned out not to be Madeleine, didn't it? So it was. You know, apparently it was quite grainy and it was thought it might be her at first, but in the end it wasn't her. And of course now the police have got the video of him actually having this poor little girl's dead body in his car. Gosh, look at it. She's smiling on every picture. You just think, how could she be smiling? You know, that poor girl, what she's suffered.
Negro y unas Crocs blancas. Según sus familiares, ese día olvidó su teléfono celular en casa.
¿Qué te dice ese instinto de madre?
Que alguien se llevó mi hija. En mi corazón, alguien se me llevó mi hija.
Yeah, and then he asks, what's your mother's instinct? Instinto de madre. What do you think? Do you think somebody took her? And she says, en mi corazón, in my heart, I think somebody took my daughter.
Porque no es normal que ella se va así como así.
It's not normal for her to have gone off like this, to run away.
To run away, ella no es ese tipo de persona.
She's not that type of person.
Familiares afirman que en el hogar no hubo ninguna discusión ni motivos para que la
There he is, Stephan Sterns.
joven se fuera de la casa.
I think it was him anyway. What do you think? Let's have another look.
Motivos para que la joven se fuera de la casa.
Yeah,
por favor, que me la regresen, que esté sana, que esté bien. Solo quiero que la regresen.
Yeah, so she's just saying, I just want her to bring her back. She's shaking her head at the time. I just want them to bring her back, that she's okay, that she's safe, that she's healthy. Yeah. So.
Las autoridades piden la ayuda de la comunidad. Cualquier persona con información sobre el paradero de Madeline Soto se le pide que se comunique.
So he's just telling you the numbers there to ring. Okay, so that's the first interview I wanted to show you. That's the interview with the mother, and you know, with the Spanish. Now we're going to look at the interview with the grandmother. Now, I don't know. Well, let's have a look at this. Very interesting, because I do think that the grandmother looks younger than the mother. To me, I don't know. So the grandmother, Yolanda Zambrano. So we're going to watch her now being interviewed on some Spanish channel, Orlando.
Te podemos confirmar que somos el único medio que se ha extendido acá esta búsqueda específicamente en el condado Osceola. Hemos estado durante esta tarde alguna.
So all he's saying here is that they're extending the search in the woodland area. So again, this was before Madeleine was actually found, and he's just really talking about the area that they've extended the search through the wooded area.
Una forma, bueno, ubicándonos en ciertas áreas donde se están en estos momentos concentrando algunos efectivos del alguacil del condado Orange. De hecho, podemos observar acá, allá al fondo, podemos observar que vienen caminando. Ellos están específicamente, me encuentro en el complejo de apartamentos de Kissimmee, muy cerca.
And he's pointing to where there's an apartment complex, etc.
Cerca de Plaza del Sol, donde vive la mamá de Stephanie, o mejor dicho, de...
So he says, I'm here, very close to the apartment complex in Kissimmee, very close to the Plaza del Sol. The Plaza del Sol is the Sun Square, where the mother lives. He doesn't say where the mother and stepfather lives. He's saying where the mother of the child lives.
Madeline Soto, específicamente la señora Jennifer. Aquí podemos observar cómo estos efectivos estaban ya durante esta tarde metidos en este bosque, bueno, tratando de buscar alguna pista, pero también hace rato, hace una hora aproximadamente, estuve en otro punto del condado Osceola, específicamente en San Cloud.
So he's just saying, you know, we can see the police everywhere. They're looking for any clue to find Madeleine.
Vamos a mostrarles imágenes porque iniciamos este recorrido cuando ellos partieron desde Hunters Creek en el condado Orange y de ahí se desplazaron hacia una localidad de St. Cloud, condado Osceola. Ahí estuvieron durante unos minutos buscando en otro bosque, allí no consiguieron nada y de inmediato se trasladaron a otro punto del condado Osceola, específicamente Kissimmee, donde me encuentro en estos momentos en vivo, específicamente donde está ubicado el apartamento donde vive la mamá de esta niña. Pero también más temprano conversé de alguna forma con la abuela de...
So I suppose this is the apartment complex, is it? So he was just explaining where they'd been searching, etc., and where he is at the moment and what action has been going on.
Madeline Soto, con quien también vivía, porque esta niña vivía unos días con su abuela materna porque vivía cerca.
Right, I'm sure it's saying there that she lived there a few days with her grandmother. Just let me play it again.
Bien vivía, porque esta niña vivía unos días con su abuela materna porque vivía cerca de la escuela donde ella estudiaba, específicamente donde está ubicado el apartamento donde vive la mamá de esta niña. Pero también más temprano conversé de alguna forma con la abuela de Madeline Soto, con quien también vivía, porque esta niña vivía unos días con su abuela materna porque...
They said she was staying a few days with her grandmother. So I think the birthday party was at the grandmother's house, wasn't it? So she said that she'd been there for a couple of days, or she was staying a couple of days there, maybe while her mum was working.
Que vivía cerca de la escuela donde ella estudiaba y también vivía unos días con su madre. Vamos a escuchar qué nos dijo la abuela.
Pero mi hija...
Okay, so this is the abuela, the grandma, Yolanda, as I said. She looks younger than the mother, personally. Now, she's all made up and everything. She doesn't cry either through this interview, which is quite strange. I don't know, you know, you feel like they should be totally distraught, don't you? But, you know, maybe because they don't know yet what's happened, but...
Mi hija trabajó la noche anterior, el domingo, y parece que se levantó muy cansada y le dijo al novio que se la trajera.
So I think she's saying there that the mother had worked the night before and she'd woke up very tired, and so the stepfather had taken her to school. So yeah, my daughter worked the night before, the Sunday, and it seems like she got up very tired. And she told her boyfriend to take her to school.
La rutina que el novio llevara frecuentemente.
No, siempre.
Told her boyfriend to go and pick her up and take her to school. So this is what she's saying has happened. That Jennifer worked the night before. She woke up very tired, so she got the boyfriend to pick her up and take her to school. So does that mean that, did Madeleine stay the night at her house? Or, you know, it's very confusing. Is she saying there that Madeleine stayed at her house and the boyfriend picked her up from there in the morning?
Mi hija. Y en las cámaras de la iglesia ven que hay una niña con un suéter verde donde ella se sienta en el parqueadero un rato y unos minutos después se levanta y coge hacia la escuela. Hasta ahí se sabe de ella.
So she's saying this again, that she was seen on the CCTV at the church. which of course she wasn't. And then off she went, just like the mother said. Se fue, off she went, off to school. And that's it. Nobody's seen anything of her since.
Y cada día que pasa es peor. Pierde uno mucho las esperanzas después de casi 3 días de desaparecida.
So it was 3 days, more or less 3 days by then. So she said every day is worse because since then we don't know anything of her, and every day that passes is worse. Cada día que pasa es peor. And we're losing a little bit of hope because it's now been 3 days.
Ya no sabemos qué más hacer.
We don't know what else to do. No sabemos qué más hacer. But where's her emotion? Where is it? I just think I must be such, I'm too emotional probably, but I've seen families, genuine families appear. I'm not saying that she knows anything about it or whatever. I don't know. I'm not casting aspersions on anyone because I don't know. I just think sometimes, I have seen families whose child has gone missing or someone whose partner's gone missing and they have been genuinely upset. But having said that, sometimes you do see people, laying it on thick and turns out they've had something to do with it. So it's very difficult to do body language, really, I think, because, as I've said before, I don't know these people, so I don't know what they're normally like. Some people just have a way of talking. It's like Mick Murphy in the Samantha Murphy case. There's always something you can look at and think, oh, I wouldn't do that. That's how we tend to judge it, isn't it? Oh, well, I wouldn't be like that. But of course we don't. Well, one, we don't know exactly what we would be like, but also we don't know what they're normally like. So, this woman is very, what's the word? She's very sort of calm. Maybe that's how she always is.
En mi pensamiento está que alguien se la llevó.
See, she again said it should. My thoughts are that somebody's taken her, and then she shook her head. Surely they can't all know about this. I mean, if something's happened, surely the whole family's not in on it. It just can't be, please. That poor little girl.
Bueno, y cabe destacar que Telemundo 31 ha sido el único medio que se ha trasladado acá a estas áreas del condado para llevarles estas imágenes exclusivas de 2 áreas que también se están concentrando buscando acá en el condado Osceola. De hecho, ya estoy viendo que se están retirando los efectivos del condado Orange, pero ahí también imágenes observamos el apartamento de la mamá de Madeleine Soto, que también está con una cinta amarilla como parte de las investigaciones. Así que vamos, por supuesto, en equipo, vamos a seguir trabajando este caso. Y le pedimos a la comunidad, por
sorry, he's just saying that they can see the apartment of, the mother's apartment, and it's got the yellow police tape around it.
Supuesto que se sume también de alguna forma a que si sabe algo se comunique de inmediato con las autoridades. Las autoridades han dicho que obviamente no se pueden acercar a las áreas que están investigando, pero que si saben algo se comuniquen al 911 o con la oficina del alguacil.
So he's just saying they can't go anywhere near the apartment because it's got the yellow tape around it, crime scene tape. And the authorities have said, just like if you know anything, ring 911. Right, I just want to go back again and watch the grandma's interview. And let's see again what we think, see if there's anything else.
Su abuela materna, porque vivía cerca de la escuela donde estudiaba y también vivió unos días con su madre. Vamos a escuchar qué nos dijo la abuela.
Pero mi hija trabajó la noche anterior, el domingo, y parece que se levantó muy cansada y le dijo al novio que se la trajera. Y hasta ahí sabemos.
Carla, me voy a quedar en cámara. Que no era parte de la rutina que el novio llevara frecuentemente.
No. Yeah, so she said, so it seems like, that's what she said, parece, seems like my daughter worked the night before and she woke up very tired, so she asked her boyfriend to bring her. I presume that's to, I don't know if it's to bring her to school, I suppose. Traquera. So here now, so this is confirming actually what the mother did say in the previous interview on the Spanish one that we watched, that her boyfriend took her to school. That's what she's saying. So when later she said to the police or whatever, on when she said in the other interviews that we watched, the English interviews, she said we took her to school. And I'm sure at some point she said I took her to school. So this is what the grandma's saying. This is what the mother said, that the boyfriend took her to school because the mother was tired because she got up. You know, she'd been working the night before.
No, siempre mi hija. Y en las cámaras de la iglesia ven que hay una niña con un suéter verde, donde ella se sienta en el parqueadero un rato y unos minutos después se levanta y coge hacia la escuela. Hasta ahí se sabe.
Yeah, so she says on the church CCTV, there was a girl seen with a green sweatshirt who then stood up and walked towards the school. And they, of course, at that time, they thought that might have been her.
De ella. Y cada día que pasa es peor.
Every day that passes is worse.
Pierde uno mucho las esperanzas después de casi 3 días de desaparecida.
We're losing a lot of hope because it's been nearly 3 days since she disappeared.
Ya no sabemos qué más hacer.
We don't know what else to do. We don't know what else to do.
En mi pensamiento está que alguien se la llevó.
And my thought is that somebody has taken her. So that's the thought of both of them. According to these interviews, somebody took her. Now, do they know more? Do they know more, or is that genuinely what they thought at the time? Did he get up, do whatever he did, or is it something that happened in the night? Did the mother know? You know, we don't know, do we? What does the mother know? Is she covering up for him because he's asked her to, or is she complicit in some way? That, as they say, is the $1 million question. Is she complicit, or is it something he's just asked her to cover up, and maybe she's covering up for him because she's scared of him, or maybe she just genuinely doesn't want to believe that he could have done something like that? Of course, she hasn't spoken again since his arrest. So, okay, so I hope you found that useful, interesting. I hope I translated it as well, you know, that you could understand it okay. It's interesting. It's always interesting to see the Spanish news. I mean, they're actually South American, not South American Spanish, not Spanish, if you like. They're not from Spain. They're from South America somewhere, but it's the same language, more or less, slightly different accent. You know, like American is different from English, isn't it? In the accent and some of the words that they use, and the same with Australian. It's still English, but they do use some different words. That's how it is with South American Spanish and Spanish, Castellano. You know, the Spanish that's spoken in Spain. It's the same language. Nearly everything's the same, but there'd just be some words you know, that are different, but the actual essence of the language is exactly the same. So, okay, I hope you found that interesting. I'll be back soon with the next video. Remember to live and love carefully, wisely. Please leave your DNA on the like button. And if you are not already subscribed, but you'd like to see more content like this, please consider subscribing. That's a free way that you can really, really help out my channel. Thank you so much. Until I see you again, may your God go with you. Adios.